Hi everybody, this is Shri and welcome back to my channel Vedic Living. Today's video will be a series of videos for all the predictions for the year 2023. We have a brand new year coming up and I'll be doing videos on each of the ascendants and the predictions for each of those ascendants. Before we go forward, I do want to remind you that I practice sidereal astrology, which is Eastern astrology, Indian astrology, you may call it by many names, but it is not Western or tropical astrology. So what this means is if you do not know where your ascendant or your moon is in your chart, feel free to go to my website. I have a free chart calculator there. You click on the chart calculator, enter all your information, and when the chart shows up, there will be a certain sign that says AS, that's the ascendant or the lagna, and there'll be a certain sign that says MO, which will be your moon sign. So those are the two signs that I'll be talking about today when I talk about your particular sign and the predictions for the year 2023 for your sign. Now, I also want to remind you, when you're at my website, make sure you sign up for my free newsletter because I will be sending out very detailed predictions for the year 2023 through my free newsletter. And of course, every month I do monthly newsletters as well. So make sure you sign up for that. And if you like this video, like and subscribe to this channel so that I can reach more people with the same message. So let's go forward with the predictions for the year 2023. 2023 is going to be very eventful because there are so many large planetary transits happening in the sky in the year, and depending on where your ascendant or your moon sign is, you will have a certain experience throughout the year. And because the changing of signs of the planets is so rampant through the whole year, it's going to be an intense and eventful year. I don't think it's going to be all bad, though. There's some really good transits happening. So let's look at all of these. Now, here is the high-level view of all the transits happening in 2023. And these are like the main ones. There are lots of little transits happening too, but these are the main transits. So one of the main events that's going to happen is that the planet Saturn is finally going to change signs from Capricorn to Aquarius. Saturn did come back into Aquarius just a little bit of time last year, but it went back into Capricorn. So what happened is since early 2020 till now, Saturn has pretty much most of the time been in Capricorn, with the exception of that little bit of time when it was in Aquarius. But now, on January 17th, 2023, Saturn is going to finally move signs. So wherever it was for you earlier, it's going to be a completely different experience for the next 2.5 years. So I'm sure you're ready for that. The other main transit that's happening is Jupiter is going to move signs from Pisces to Aries on April 21st of 2023. This is a big one as well. What happens with Jupiter when it moves signs is that for a whole year, it's in a certain sign aspecting certain areas of your life. So your experience in those areas is going to change, especially if it's Jupiter and it's a benefic in your chart. It's going to be good experiences in those areas. That's another big transit that's happening. Now, along with all this, up until from January 17th of 2023 till March 15th of 2023, the 2-month period, there is going to be an intense transit of 3 planets, Saturn, Jupiter, and Mars, all aspecting the sign of Scorpio. Now, depending on where your ascendant is, sign Scorpio may be a certain house for you. That's the area you're going to see these 3 planets aspecting that particular area of your life. And we call it a point of manifestation because Saturn brings the ability to do work and discipline. Jupiter brings good luck in that area, and Mars brings in, it's like a trigger planet. It brings events and opportunities. So when all three planets are aspecting one sign, that's intense. So between January 17th of 2023 and March 15th of 2023, you're going to see, based on your ascendant, what that sign Scorpio is. And that's the area you're going to see most of those manifestation happening. Now, also another thing is that once Jupiter moves into Aries, the intense aspect of Jupiter will be on Aries, on Leo, on Libra, and on Sagittarius. So these are the main signs that will be aspected. But at the same time, because Saturn will be here in Aquarius, where my cursor is, that will also be aspecting Leo and Aries. So Aries and Leo become a very important area for the next year. And depending on your ascendant, that house or those houses will be where you'll see the most changes. Okay. Now, with that out of the way, those are the main big transits that are happening in the sky in 2023. Let's go to the sign by sign predictions. Now, if you're an Aries ascendant, as you can see in this chart right here, I have the ascendant set in Aries. This is the month of January. And you will see that, Jupiter is still in Pisces. So if you're an Aries ascendant, almost half of last year, or almost all of last year, in fact, Jupiter has been in Pisces. It moved into Pisces around April of 2022. And this has been your 12th house. So you may have had opportunities to travel to foreign places. You may have had really intense psychic and intuitive revelations. You may have had dreams which were very vivid and almost like premonitions. And you also may have experienced, while Jupiter is in the 12th house, and almost like a feeling that you want to move, because from the 12th house, Jupiter aspects the Cancer, which is your 4th house. So you may have wanted to move, or you're thinking about moving your home, or or maybe even changing something in your home, like in terms of a renovation or picking up something new at home, in terms of building something new, stuff like that. Now, with Jupiter, which has been in Pisces, it'll be here till April of 2023. So these energies that I'm talking about will continue for the next 4 months. Now, after April of 2023, April 21st of 2023, Jupiter is going to move from Pisces into your first house. This is amazing for Aries ascendants, because this will bring in a brand new beginning in your life, brand new chapter. Jupiter is coming into your first house. You have new revelations about yourself. You want to do new things. You want to change the way you look. You want to change the way you think, your outlook on life. Everything changes. And this is for a whole year. Jupiter will be transiting Aries. It will be aspecting your 5th house. So, you will be having more experiences out of your children, out of your creative pursuits. Those will also be central focus of your life. And it'll also be aspecting your 9th house. So you will be learning new things. You'll be picking up new things that you want to learn, and even travel. Maybe there may be some short distance or long distance traveled involved while Jupiter is in Aries. So that's what's going to happen this year for Aries ascendant with Jupiter in Aries. Now, Saturn has been in your 10th house for 2.5 years. Starting from 2020, the year 2020, Saturn has been transiting your 10th house. This has not been good for your career. You may have experienced difficulties in your career. You may have experienced more responsibilities, more work, more stress. You may have thought about changing your job multiple times because of Saturn going through your 10th house. But all that is coming to an end. On January 17th of 2023, Saturn will finally move into Aquarius, as you can see here. And it'll be there for the next 2.5 years, which will be your 11th house. Now, 11th house is friends and social groups. So there is a chance that you may reevaluate who you are with in terms of friends. There may be some issues in those areas. There may be some arguments. But remember, it's all, Saturn. So Saturn is usually doing something which is required in your life. It's a change that is needed at this time. So it's not a bad thing, but you may see some changes in those areas. 11th house is great gains. So I expect you to have a steady. Saturn is not a quick change, right? It's not a quick improvement. It's a steady growth. So over the next 2.5 years, you're going to be thinking about ways that you want to grow your income and your gains. And that's going to bring about a steady increase or a growth in that area because it's in Aquarius. Now, between January 17th and March 15th of 2023, 3 planets, like I said, are all going to aspect Scorpio. And for you, Aries ascendants, or if your moon is in Aries, this sign of Scorpio is your 8th house. 8th house means money coming to you from other people. It can also mean pursuit of metaphysical studies. You may think about learning something new from a metaphysical standpoint. Could be yoga, it could be astrology, it could be Reiki, it could be all kinds of metaphysical pursuits. If you're into research, this is an amazing time, these 2 months to research, to get to the bottom of things. And also 8th house stands for money that comes to you from other people, including your spouse's gains. If you're married, it could mean that your spouse is seeing some increase in their money situation or financial situation in that 2-month period from January 17th till March 15th, because there'll be 3 planets, Saturn from Aquarius, Jupiter from Pisces, and Mars from Taurus, all aspecting your 8th house of Scorpio. So that's the reason why these changes will be seen. Now, throughout the whole year, pretty much, once Jupiter moves into Aries, your focus is going to be your 1st house, which is yourself. So, over the past couple of years, you may have noticed that you're getting pulled in multiple directions. People need your attention. You're spending time with family, or you're paying more attention to your spouse or your children. Well, when Jupiter comes into the 1st house, it's all about you. And a lot of that focus comes back to you, which is not a bad thing. It just means that you're going to be really invested in yourself. That's one thing, because that's Aries. Aries is your 1st house, right? Now, another area that you're also going to be really focused on is the 5th house of children, because from Aries, Jupiter, as well as from Aquarius, Saturn, both are going to aspect your 5th house of children, which means there's a point of manifestation getting created there. You could be having more experience with your children. They'll need more of your attention at this time. And there could be some traveling and trips with your children and that kind of experiences. So that's beautiful that that's happening. Now, between all of these things that are happening, for Aries ascendants, this is going to be a year of self-focus and self-improvement. I wouldn't be surprised if you have a move or something planned before April of next year, which is also very possible. So that's my predictions for the sign of Aries. If your moon sign or your ascendant is in Aries, these are the high-level predictions for the upcoming year. So thank you for listening to these predictions for the upcoming year for your sign or your moon sign. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video, and don't forget to go to my website and make sure you sign up for my free monthly newsletter, and also use the free chart calculator if you don't know where your sign is in terms of your ascendant or your moon. Thank you so much.